Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Saints Discord, where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
This is not Whose Line.
An only free show. Late Night Saints. 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern. Whatever. You get the gist. You hear it every week.
This is not Whose Line is it anyway, you little son of a bitch. The points matter even less here.
Yeah.
Have fun,
You
Mickey.
actually get deducted points.
Yeah, have a good day at work, Mickey.
Yeah, we all start out with a perfect 100. We slowly deduct as bullshit happens.
Yeah, I generally end up with 0 by the end.
You're in the negative usually, you kidding? You owe more points than you've ever had on this show.
Yeah. I like it like that.
Come on, Rimshee. He has to give himself some credit or else he gets none at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're your own best advocate,
I'm not a good advocate for myself. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm a terrible advocate for myself.
Yeah.
And by the way, Scupper's here too.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, Scupper and Sir are both here as well.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello from beautiful and sunny Florida.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah. So Seattle's pretty fucked up with the coronavirus. I've never been happier that I belong to some online communities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things are getting pretty bad around.
I'm in California. Yeah. I'm in the Bay Area, so you know.
Well, so it's spreading around nursing homes faster than STDs right now. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's because people in nursing homes don't think about them wiping their noses. And they do that a lot more often than they bang the guy with the new hip replacement in B3.
Yeah.
I was just thinking if all the patients die off, that's going to put a lot of Filipino people out of work.
No, it'll be fun because there's always going to be more old people. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I will eventually be old, which is scary to think about, but one day it will happen.
Well, if they run out of old people, they'll just have a home for all the people who have the damaged lungs from the coronavirus.
Yeah, and besides, I mean, Social Security is running out anyways. Might as well.
Are you talking about bringing the days of the sanitarium?
I'm also saying that a lot of people in Congress and Senate are old. So we'll see how that works out. Well, that's as far as I'm going with that joke.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not a very political channel. We'll talk about politics all the time, but not on the show.
Yeah. The mayor of my city, a man by the name of Joe Hogsett, has recently ordered a mandatory closing of all schools for at least 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, basically everything in my area is closed. The only things that aren't are my job site and my barber.
Also, my state every year holds the college men's Big Ten basketball tournament. And I'm pretty sure that that's been canceled or at least postponed at this point. So that's going to be a big hit to our tourist revenue.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Hoop Fest is probably going to be canceled in Spokane.
The NBA's been delayed. The NHL, the Major League Baseball opening day might be put on hold.
Oh, it was just found out earlier today that Canada already has like a possible vaccine that's going into testing. I think they did that like as soon as they found out the NHL was going to be delayed.
How do you motivate Canada? How do you motivate Canada?
Cancel hockey.
Cancel hockey.
Cancel hockey, and you hide their maple syrup. Those are the two things you can do to really motivate Canada.
We should do that more often to get them to actually do shit. Hi, Skull!
Canada does a lot.
Since when?
Yeah, hey, Skull. Well, they're a nice place to visit.
Are they?
Bouchard Gardens is pretty nice.
But I don't get to carry my rifle in.
Vancouver's pretty cool.
No comeback.
Okay, right. So we got a show or what?
Do we? I don't think we have any Discord news, although, yeah, yeah, I see nothing Discord related.
Yeah, the only news that I have is I started smoking weed again. Whatever.
Shocker.
Yeah, it's legal here.
Let's carry on and get distracted from the coronavirus because everyone's talking about it. So we're going to not.
I'm fine with this.
Again. we kind of talked about it the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about space, where we should all go to hide from the coronavirus.
SpaceX's Starship will soon be made of different stuff. SpaceX plans to build its Mars. Huh?
Star stuff?
We're all made of
technically
star stuff.
Yes, but let's get more specific. SpaceX plans to build its Mars colonizing spaceship out of a different stainless steel alloy. Oh, so it's not even like some new space age metal. It's just, yeah, we're gonna use a different stainless steel.
It could be government steel. That stuff has a super secret composition.
We're going to use chromium 6 steel instead of chromium 8 steel.
This was worth making an entire article about, apparently.
It is.
Well, we'll see. SpaceX is about to make a bone-deep tweak into its Starship Mars I can't wait till my tongue is cut free from the bottom of my mouth. Oh.
Yeah.
That's coming soon, guys.
I'll do it for free.
Yeah, well, it's gonna happen on a Friday, so I'll be. I doubt I'll be talking as much on that Friday, the 27th, in fact. But the California-based company built its first few Starship prototypes out of stainless steel alloy known as 301. But aerospace engineers have been using that particular metallic blend since the middle of the last century, and it's time for SpaceX to make a change, Elon said. We should be able to do better in the 2020s than they did in, like, the 50s. You know? Musk said Monday, March 9th, during a keynote conversation at the Satellite 2020 conference in Washington, D.C. So, I think we'll start watching... we'll start switching away from 301 maybe in the next month or two. SpaceX is still committed to stainless steel for both the 100-passenger Starship and Super Heavy, the giant rocket that will launch the ship off Earth. The company will just migrate to a different alloy, whose constituent SpaceX will tweak over time, Musk said. Stainless steel is much cheaper than carbon fiber material, than the carbon fiber material that SpaceX initially aimed to use for Starship and Super Heavy. And the metal has other important advantages as well, Musk stressed. For example, stainless steel handles heating far better than carbon composites do, he said. And that's crucial for the reusable spaceship and Super Heavy, both of which will be making many highly energetic trips through Earth's atmosphere, both up and down. Does this guy just want to say Starship and Super Heavy repeatedly?
Yeah. Super Heavy Starship, dude.
Super Heavy, man! Super Heavy!
Look, he sold a flamethrower that he called not a flamethrower. Just let him do what he wants. That's just fucking hilarious.
On a
Oh,
quick side note, 301L has been used for a long time, and one of the predominant things that you will see it on is passenger rail cars.
All right,
Yeah.
then.
Indeed, rapid and frequent reusability is key to SpaceX's long-term vision. The company aims to slash the cost of spaceflight so much that Mars colonization and other ambitious exploration feats become economically feasible, and the only way to do that is to fly the same hardware over and over again, Musk has said. Starship is being designed to be relaunched an hour after landing with zero nominal work, he said during Monday's keynote. The only thing you expect to change on a regular basis is propellant. SpaceX wants to be able to launch each individual Starship 3 times per day, Musk added. Notice he's saying be able to, not that they will. The target number could conceivably be higher if not for the need to line up the ships properly for landing near the launch site. A process that could take 3 or 4 orbits each time, he said. The mechanics are easy for the Super Heavy, which will come back down to Earth for a vertical touchdown shortly after liftoff, as the first stage of SpaceX's Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets already do.
Okay.
But the fast turnaround capability won't define Starship, which is designed to go much farther afield. Musk has said he envisions 1,000 or so starships departing for Mars every 26 months, when the Red Planet and Earth align favorably for interplanetary missions. Huh.
Never mind. Yeah. Oh man, they just keep going. Yeah, I don't know why they make.
I don't know why they're going into.
He's making his spaceships out of different shit.
The steel switch is in keeping with SpaceX's Starship development strategy, which features frequent iteration and testing to zero in on the best design. For example, the company recently pressure tested the most recent prototype, known as the SN2, but the first test flights will probably be made by the SN3 version, and the SN4 will tackle higher, longer test missions, Musk tweeted Monday. Starship could begin launching satellites to Earth's orbit as early as next year, SpaceX representatives have said. The company already has one crewed mission on the Starship docket. Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa. Yeah, it's something like that. Booked a round-the-moon flight that's scheduled to lift off in 2023. It's unclear when Starship will be ready to launch people towards Mars, but Musk has a nebulous deadline in mind. I hope I'm not dead by the time people go to Mars, the 48-year-old billionaire said. That would be a great outcome, I think. It's good. I could be 99 and die the next day. I just want to be alive when it happens.
Makes sense. Yeah, he works hard. He'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's anybody in the private sector that's going to pull it off, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
Anybody, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Rimshee.
No, I don't see anyone else trying.
Yeah, there's people like kind of trying, but Elon Musk is like, no, we're going to Mars. Here's a flamethrower so I can fund this thing.
Mac wants the flamethrower. Mac wants the what? That's what he said.
Yeah, well, the reason why he named it not a flamethrower is so that he could ship it to other countries and shit.
Hey, so he could ship it within the U.S.
So he could ship it, period.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that flamethrowers aren't illegal in the U.S.
They're not illegal.
Not
but
But you
it's a
can't.
lot harder to deal with shipping and handling if it's a flamethrower as opposed to not a flamethrower.
Yeah, really, it's just a roofing torch with like a high power modulator on it. But
Yeah.
Safety first.
it looks cool.
It
I wish he'd
does.
make them again.
Yeah, I'd fucking buy one at this point.
Yeah. When he first did it, I couldn't afford to buy one, and I was really pissed.
Yeah. Now, I wonder what they cost on eBay.
I don't know. I'll look that up if somebody wants to tackle the next article.
I'll take it.
All right.
All right.
Do you know which
Something
one?
strange is
Yeah.
going on with the North Star. It keeps breaking astronomers' models of how stars are supposed to act. Something's up with the North Star. People have watched the North Star for centuries. The bright star, also known as Polaris, it is almost directly above Earth's North Pole and serves as a landmark in the sky for travelers without a compass. It's also Earth's closest Cepheid, a type of star that pulses regularly in diameter and brightness. And Polaris is part of a binary system. It's got a dimmer sister known as Polaris B that we can watch circling it from Earth. Okay, let me get rid of this Corona ad. However, as we learn more, it is becoming clear that we understand less about Polaris, wrote the authors of a paper on the famous star. The problem with Polaris is that no one can agree on how big or distant it is. Astrophysicists have a few ways to calculate the mass, age, and distance of a star, like Polaris. One method is a stellar evolution model, said the new study co-author Hilding R. Nielsen, an astrophysicist at the University of Toronto. Researchers can study the brightness, color, and rate of pulsation of the star and use that data to figure out how big and bright it is and what stage of life it's in. Once those details are worked out, Nielsen told Life Science, it's not hard to figure out how far away that star is. It's fairly simple math once you know how bright the star really is and how dim it looks from Earth. These models are especially precise for Cepheids because their rate of pulsing is directly related to their luminosity or brightness. That makes it easy to calculate the distance to any of these stars. Astronomers are also sure they understand that the relationship that Cepheids have become critical tools for measuring distances all across the universe. But there are other ways to study Polaris, and those methods don't agree with the stellar evolution models. Polaris is what we call an astrometric binary, Nielsen said, which means you can actually see its companion going around it, sort of like a circle being drawn around Polaris, and that takes about 26 years. Researchers haven't yet made detailed observations of a full circuit by Polaris B, but they've seen enough of the companion star in recent years to have a pretty detailed picture of what the orbit looks like. With that information, you can apply Newton's law of gravity to measure the masses of the two stars, Nielsen said. That information, combined with the new Hubble Space Telescope parallax measurements, another way to calculate the distance to the star, lead very precise numbers on Polaris's mass and distance. Those measurements say it's about 3.45 times the mass of the sun, give or take 0.75 solar masses. That's way less than the mass you get from stellar evolution models, which suggest a value of about 7 times the mass of the sun. The star system is weird in other ways. Calculations of the age of Polaris B suggest that the star is much older and bigger than its sibling, which is unusual for a binary system. Typically, the two stars are about the same age. Nielsen, together with Haley Blinn, I must get the name correct, an undergraduate student and researcher at the University of Toronto, generated a huge set of models of Polaris to see whether these models could reconcile all the data known about the system. They couldn't. One possibility is at least one of the measurements here is just wrong, the researchers wrote. Polaris is an especially difficult star to study, Nielsen said. Located above Earth's North Pole, it is outside the field of view of most telescopes. and the telescopes that have the necessary equipment for precisely measuring the star's properties are usually designed to study much fainter, more distant stars. Polaris is too bright for those instruments, in fact. It's blinding for them. So get it some sunglasses. But the data researchers do have seem trustworthy, and there's no obvious reason to doubt that information, Nielsen said. Those findings led Nielsen and Blinn to another stranger explanation. Perhaps the main star of Polaris system was once two stars, and they slammed together several million years ago. Such a binary collision, Nielsen said, can rejuvenate stars, pulling in extra material and making the star look like they just went through the fountain of youth. Stars that result from binary collisions don't neatly fit stellar evolution models, and such an event could explain the discrepancy found with Polaris. This would be an unlikely scenario, but not impossible, the researchers wrote. So far, none of the solution is wholly satisfying. Its challenge is to draw significant conclusions beyond the fact that Polaris continues to be an enduring mystery, and the more we measure, the less we seem to understand, Nielsen and Blinn wrote. Okay.
All right.
I believe that's the end of the article.
There it is.
Yeah, that is the end of the article. So, North Star's doing some weird shit. How am I going to find my way home now?
Well,
Also,
unfortunately, I do not believe that the star has changed its celestial location. So I think I want to say that in this case, you're probably okay.
I'm very precise with my calculations when it comes to finding my way home with the North Star. So,
Okay.
fucking up a little bit, then. Anyways,
That's gonna throw you.
So the not a flamethrower, you're looking at anywhere from like $1,200 to $2,000, depending on its $1,200 to like $2,500, depending on whether it's been used or not and whatnot. Yeah. Still looks cool.
Yeah. I got nothing to say, really.
Okay. Let's talk about some crazy shit.
All right.
All right then.
I got who wants this
Toronto-
next one?
I'll take it. Yeah. Toronto teen abducted as retribution over drug debt. $4 million worth of cocaine taken. Holy.
God.
For those of you that don't know, that's a lot of cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you shouldn't put that much up your nose at one time.
Are we talking uncut China white or Nicaraguan blue?
We'll find out,
Well,
maybe.
when you're dealing with those large quantities, you're getting uncut shit. So it's just what it is. A 14-year-old boy abducted by two suspects from Toronto's North End was taken after a relative was allegedly involved in the theft of approximately $4 million worth of cocaine, police say. Toronto police, I don't know what that abbreviation is. Steve Watts, or I don't know, SUPT when it comes to police?
Superintendent.
Okay. Sounds like they should be managing a building or a school.
They are,
Steve Watts
basically.
provided an update to supporters Thursday evening, just over 24 hours after the police were called by the victim's father to report he was missing. We believe that the teen was abducted as retribution for an unpaid drug debt, adding the debt was in retaliation to a multi-kilo cocaine rip. I'm thinking this dude was involved in cocaine back in the day. Watts said the drug theft happened in the summer of 2019. Said approximately 100 kilograms of cocaine was taken and that it's worth around $4 million. He described some of those involved in the incident as high-level cocaine traffickers. Toronto is an epicenter and is a jump-off point for large shipments of cocaine, That's not a secret. You're right. And I know this because it goes through Seattle. He said the relative who hasn't lived in the GTA since the Greater Toronto area. Yeah. It just threw me for a loop. I was like, wait a second, did this just happen in a video game and somebody got pissed at him? Since the summer, has cooperated with officers. Police were contacted at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. He was last seen near his North York home at around 8:30 a.m. Officer said it was initially reported the 14-year-old could be heard screaming, "Help me, help me." Exactly like that. Investigators said the boy was abducted and forced into a vehicle by at least 2 male suspects wearing black jackets and bandanas on their heads. They are believed to be between 18 and 22 years old. Black Jeep Wrangler with oversized front tires and a front push bar with round fog lights was identified by police as the suspect vehicle. Watts said it's believed that vehicle was burned out approximately 55 kilometers away from the Toronto home in Caledon, Ontario. Caledon, Ontario Park. Okay. Watts said officers responded after 8:30 a.m. and canvassed the neighborhood for 8 hours in order to figure out what happened. He said it wasn't until the boy's father called police that the two incidents were connected. An Amber Alert was issued at around 12 a.m. on Thursday. Watts told reporters that it's believed the boy is still alive, encouraging the suspects to release the teen and contact a lawyer. I appreciate high-level cocaine business and the situation that faces them, but wait.
What?
Yeah, I said that right. That's cool cop, I guess.
Well, let him finish his statement.
But this is a 14-year-old innocent child. He's not a part of that business. He's not a part of that lifestyle. No, it just got better.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I want to party with this cop.
Shit.
That's why I wanted you to wait.
It is a tough business to get into. I will say that. It's an even tougher business to get out of.
Yeah. Not when your supplier gets fucking nicked by the law.
Yeah. That was pot, though, not cocaine.
Slight difference, sir.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah. There's a lot more money in cocaine, so somebody will take over.
Yeah. All right.
So, sir, you want to take the creepy thing?
The creepy thing?
Yeah, Article 3. It gets creepy.
Yeah,
4.
I want to take this one.
4. Article 4. Yeah, the smallest
This
dinosaur.
is fucked. Wait, the dinosaur? Oh, I thought I was going to get the New York Times article. Damn it.
You can take that one too if you want.
Yeah, if you want to do both of them, I'm okay with that. Yeah, the New York Times one is really fucked.
All right, which one should I start with, though?
Dino.
All right. Coming to us from the BBC, smallest dinosaur found trapped in amber. Scientists have discovered what they say is the smallest known dinosaur. The new species has been described by one team member as the weirdest fossil she has ever worked on. That's saying a lot coming from a paleontologist.
Mm-hmm.
The specimen from northern Myanmar consists of a bird-like skull trapped in 99-million-year-old amber. Writing in the prestigious journal Nature, researchers report that the dinosaur would have been similar in size to the bee hummingbird, the tiniest living bird. God damn, that's a little bastard. The stunning find may shed light on how small birds evolved from dinosaurs, which were often bigger. While the smallest dinosaurs, such as the bird-like Microraptor, weighed hundreds of grams, the bee hummingbird weighs just 2 grams.
It's like
Animals that
$20 in weed.
It's a pretty cheap fucking bird.
Yeah.
Animals that have become very small have to deal with specific problems, like how to fit all sensory organs into a very small head, or how to maintain body heat, said Professor Jingmei O'Connor from the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing. The fucking Chinese! I fucking knew it!
No, it's obviously he's obviously Irish, or maybe Scottish, but O'Connor.
Isn't Jing Mei a female name?
I have no idea. I don't care either.
But the last name O'Connor, this is weird shit going on here.
Jingmei O'Connor.
The new species, dubbed Oculodentibus caingre, agrees to have dealt with these challenges in unusual ways. For example, the animal's eye structure surprised the scientists. Birds have a ring of bones, the scleral ring, that helps to support the eye. In most birds, the individual bones, called scleral ossicles, are simple and fairly square. But in Oculodentibus, they are spoon-shaped, a characteristic previously only found in some living lizards. The bones of the eye would have formed a cone, like the eye bones in owls. This indicates that the dinosaur had exceptional vision. Unlike owls, the eyes faced sideways, and the openings at the center of the ocellus was narrow, which would have restricted the amount of light coming into the eye. This provides strong evidence that Oculodentibus was active in the daytime. In addition, the creature's eyes would have bulged out of its head in a manner not seen in any other living animal, making it hard to understand exactly how the eyes functioned. It's the weirdest fossil I've ever been lucky enough to study, Professor O'Connor explained. I just love how natural selection ends up producing some bizarre forms. We are also super lucky this fossil survived to be discovered 99 million years later. Because the new specimen consists of only a skull, understanding how it is related to birds is unclear. Some features of the skull are like those of dinosaurs, while others are like those of very advanced birds. Researchers say that the new specimen's remarkable suite of traits could have evolved either through the constraints of miniaturization or through becoming specialized to a particular lifestyle. The dinosaur's jaw had a surprisingly large number of teeth. This would appear to suggest that despite its tiny size, Oculodentibus was a predator that ate insects. Some
Commies.
soft
Yeah, that's right. It ate communism.
No, compies. Like from Jurassic Park 3.
Oh no, copies would be way bigger than this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were way bigger, but maybe it did that. Maybe it flew in pack.
They travel in swarms.
Yeah. Like
Some
locusts,
soft
but
tissue.
flesh.
Exactly. Some soft tissue has also been preserved with the skull, notably the remains of the animal's tongue, which could yield further insights into its biology. The find highlights the incredible potential of amber to preserve fossil specimens that might not otherwise have survived. Co-author Dr. Louise Chaffee from the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County said, "It's lucky this tiny creature was preserved in amber, as such small, fragile animals aren't common in the fossil record." This finding is exciting because it gives us a picture of the small animals that lived in a tropical forest during the age of dinosaurs. The geographical location of the find might have something to do with the process of miniaturization, say the scientists. Isolation is often involved in animals evolving smaller body size, with some notable examples occurring on islands. Interestingly, the amber from Myanmar is thought to have formed on an ancient island arc. So,
Cool.
any thoughts about tiny bird dino thing?
Well, I mean, this thing, based on their fucking stuff, looks weird. That
Yeah,
fossil
it kinda
looks
creeps me
weird.
out. Yeah, it kind of creeps me out. I don't like it. Kill it.
With fire.
Slap it with a newspaper. Nah, slap it with a newspaper. It's so small, dude.
Yeah, like this is a dinosaur that could literally be killed by some insects.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally seen praying mantises catch and eat hummingbirds. So,
oh yeah.
pick your prey wisely.
Just go to YouTube and type in Japanese bug fights.
Yep.
That's a rabbit hole. That's pretty interesting.
That'll occupy you for about a week.
Yeah. There's a lot of them on there. It's a whole other section of YouTube that I didn't know existed until I found it.
Unfortunately, for those of you watching, we're transitioning from the weird and fascinating to the straight up disturbing.
I think it's pretty cool. Never mind. I'll save that joke for later when it really comes out. Rimshee knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to us from the New York Times, FDA bans school electric shock devices.
I don't see why the FDA had to get into this. It's not food or drug.
And it sounds like it was effective. Shockingly effective.
But it is squarely targeted at a single school in Massachusetts that has been using electric shocks to condition students' behavior for decades. The fuck was this place? An insane asylum?
Oh, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse.
Oh, no. In a rare and sweeping decision, the Food and Drug Administration announced this week that it was banning the use of electric shock devices to correct self-harming or aggressive behavior. The practice presents an unreasonable and substantial risk of illness or injury, the agency said in a statement on Wednesday.
Hold on. To correct self-harming behavior. Like, aggressive behavior, that's easy to understand. And it honestly, I think that's kind of deplorable. But to prevent self-harming behavior, you're gonna shock them with electricity.
Oh no, just
Put
wait
the
until
scissors
the
down!
last paragraph. Just wait until the next paragraph.
The ban is national, but it is targeted at a single school, the Judge Rodenberg Educational Center in Canton, Massachusetts, which serves students, both children and adults, who have Oh, for fuck's sake! God damn it!
I told you it gets worse. It's really fucked up.
Who have intellectual disabilities or behavioral, emotional, or psychiatric problems. Oh my god, this place is an old school asylum. What the fuck?
I know I'm laughing. This is terrible. Especially since they've been doing it for decades.
It appears to be the only school in the United States that uses painful electric shocks to discipline students, and the practice has been in place there for decades. How the fuck has no one noticed?
Because they're just shocking retards.
Oh. Those students who have been approved by a court to receive the treatment wear a backpack with a battery inside. It has protruding wires that can deliver shocks to the skin when triggered by an employee at the school. Oh, that won't be abused at all.
Hold on. Wait. So these were all court approved?
Apparently.
But it's only for specific students that it was approved.
Yeah.
Because that makes a difference.
Yeah, and it's completely at employee discretion. Because that's not a bad idea.
Not at all.
You backtalked! That's aggressive behavior!
Remember what happened when Cartman got that chip put into him that shocked him every time he cursed?
Mm-hmm.
At least that was automatic and only did it when he was cursing.
So, I wonder if Judge Rotenberg is still alive, because maybe they ought to fucking strap one of these to his ass.
No shit. The practice was meant to condition the behavior of students by causing pain when they acted in ways that endangered themselves or others. What the fuck? Are they like dogs? Like, I wouldn't even do this to a fucking dog.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd do it to a human before I did it to a dog, to be fair.
Evidence indicates a number of significant psychological and physical risks are associated with the use of these devices. No shit. Including worsening of underlying symptoms, depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, pain, burns, and tissue damage. Jesus Christ, how powerful are these things?
Well, do you know what a cattle prod is?
God.
Yeah.
The FDA statement said,
Friend, not as a punishment.
in addition, many people who are exposed to these devices have intellectual or developmental disabilities that make it difficult to communicate their pain.
This one's dumb enough not to be able to tell us how it hurts. Judge, can we get approval?
Oh, the school's very pretty.
Okay. The decision was a culmination of more than a decade of legal battles between the school and its critics. So this has been going on for 10 fucking years now.
Wait, did they say 8 decades?
10. No,
Okay.
It's been going on for a decade now.
Okay.
This battle has.
They found out that they've been shocking disabled kids, and the school has been fighting their critics to get the practice to stop for 10 goddamn years.
Yeah, I'm looking through their website right now. Other than like the whole let's shock people, their facilities look fantastic and beautiful. And like the people that go there, they live in normal houses instead of just regular dormitories, and looks like just about everybody's got a pool. Seems pretty dope. Maybe I should go to school there.
Critics have argued that the electric shock devices were administered excessively and caused lasting damage. In one episode in 2002 that was captured on video, Andre McCollins, then an 18-year-old student, did not take off his jacket as instructed and was shocked repeatedly. In the video, he can be heard screaming, "Ow," over and over. So, the employee is abusing this system.
Yeah.
No one's surprised.
Oh shit! Hold on. They also have 24-hour a day surveillance in all hallways, classrooms, and residences.
Oh, so these shocking antics were caught on video that they just never released.
All of them. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of their security room. So many screens.
Fuck that, man. His family sued in one of the most high-profile cases ever involving the school. The case was settled under confidential terms in 2012, and the school continued to use shock aversion devices. Some of the students' relatives have defended the practice, of course.
No shit,
I think parents have access to the feeds too. This is
saying that it worked to change students' behavior when nothing else could, and denounced the FDA's decision. Okay, fuck all of you people.
We're too weak to be able to deal with this shit, so let's just shock the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, my disabled kid's behavior changed because he's terrified that he's going to be fucking punished every time he does something even slightly disagreeable. Because that's fucking healthy.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a prefrontal lobotomy.
You know what's fucked up about this? So, like,
This just goes to show how regressed and unadvanced we are in our understanding and acceptance of mental health and its treatments in this fucking country. Jesus.
Absolutely.
Just a reminder, everyone.
yeah,
This started out with a court, the FDA banning the practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's still sickening that it happened to begin with.
Yeah. I'm more likely to do this to a person than I am a human, but I'd want to do it to a person, or I'd more likely do this to a human than a dog. And fuck, man, no. The only
Dude,
very
so,
specific people who are aware of their crimes deserve anything like this. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
say crimes, not poor behavior.
this school is a fucking movie theater, dude. It must be expensive to send your kids here.
Yeah,
They have
I
an
imagine
arcade
so.
and a ball pit.
I wonder if they get tax subsidies too. Bastards.
Probably.
Got a kick-ass snack bar. Yeah, they have they have a whole reward system where you gain access to all these different really cool things if you're on good behavior. So like,
Okay, so my younger brother went to a special school in Utah because he's autistic, and my parents were just having such a hard time trying to figure out how to properly teach him how to be more of an adult. So they needed someone
yeah,
who knew what they were doing. They didn't have to do this shit.
no,
No. Obviously it wasn't
no,
this
I'm
school
looking.
because it's Utah versus Massachusetts, but fuck. At least the
Massachusetts.
Mormons don't shock you, apparently.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm on their website right now. I'm looking at their positive programming tab. They have a unique and unparalleled reward system for students. The JRC reward area includes the movie theater, big reward store with video games, the contract store where students can buy items by working hard on academic and behavioral goals, the teen lounge with video games, TV, arcade games, and pool table, the hair salon, and internet cafe. And then they also go on field trips like Six Flags and shit, and they take everybody out to like Fridays,
Okay.
probably on Friday.
Can I read this next part? I just feel like I got punched in the gut when they did this, said Louisa Goldberg, 66, whose son Andrew Goldberg, 39, lives at the center. I'm just so sad. She said that her son had brain damage and epilepsy and that he showed severe aggression as a teenager. There were violent episodes, trips to the hospital, and psychotropic medications that left him sluggish. His mother said he was placed in physical restraints for hours at a time. His life was torture, she said. Mr. Goldberg went to live at the Judge Rodenberg Educational Center at age 19 and began wearing an electric shock device. Miss Goldberg said her son would receive 2-second shocks as a sporadic part of a broader treatment plan. He has since been weaned off the device and can do things he could not do before, like go to the movies. This treatment works, and I will stand by it, and I will fight for it, Miss Goldberg said. Louisa, do me a favor. Fall down a flight of stairs and don't get up.
Like, from a purely academic, no emotional attachment point of view, I can kind of... I don't want to say understand, because that's not accurate. I can see how this would work. But it's also fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. In a statement on Thursday, the school said that the FDA has made a decision based on politics, not facts, to deny this life-saving, court-approved treatment.
Life-saving?
Anybody who says that should have to endure the shocks themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, this reminds me back when fucking Hitchens was like, oh yeah, waterboarding's not fucking torture.
Well, it's not waterboarding if you use diesel fuel.
What do they call that? Gaslighting?
Something like that. I didn't mean to take away from what you were saying.
Dude, you're just adding. Fuck it.
Yeah. But seriously, other than the shocks, the facilities look great. I'd go here. They got a bouncy castle.
Well, they got Stretch Armstrong too.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's a dope-ass water slide.
You know what, Jables? I tell you what. If your alcoholism ever reaches a certain point, we will crowdfund to send you to this place. How does that sound?
Oh, no, it wouldn't be as fun without the booze.
I have a feeling they have a strict no controlled substance policy on this place.
Yeah, I gotta at least get a little stoned.
We don't need drugs here. We accomplish everything through the futuristic power of electricity.
Yeah.
You walk in and like in the foyer, there's just a picture of Nikolai Tesla.
Oh yeah, because it probably does use alternating current.
Well, you wouldn't want to use direct current.
Well, no, Edison in competition with Tesla
I'm aware of this, Jables. I'm aware of this.
Yeah. Direct current's fine.
No, it's not.
Let's just kill it all.
We all saw who won the fucking war when it came to the power poles in the end, didn't we? Fuck you, Edison.
Yeah. Yeah, Edison's dick.
He's a dickless.
Oh, and fun fact about Edison, he forced his son to change his last name because he was disowning his son and he didn't want his son to use the last name to try to get farther ahead in life.
Christ, we're only about halfway through this article.
Ugh.
Yeah, New York Times, they go on and on.
Well, how much worse can it get?
I don't know.
Like every two or
Like
three
that- that's
paragraphs,
kinda-
something else happens.
That's kind of the only reason I want to keep going. It's a matter of how much worse can this get?
All right, fuck it. Strap in. Let's go. JRC has provided countless hours of testimony, volumes of information, and made clinicians, other staff, and family members of our clients or clients themselves available to the FDA over the past several years, it said. In fact, after multiple requests from the federal agency to visit the only facility impacted by this rule, the FDA stuck its head in the sand and refused to visit. They shouldn't fucking have to, asshole! This type of treatment was listed as unethical by every major psychiatric association years ago.
Oh, you know what? I think I know what's going on. Pence donates a lot of money to the school.
You know what? I wouldn't believe that. Fuck that motherfucker. That guy is one of the worst things that ever happened to my state. Like when Trump got elected, I started laughing hysterically. It's like, motherfuckers, he's your problem now.
Hey,
Well,
enough with the politics. Enough with the politics.
Jail started it.
He just commented
with
on
a quick
the Pence
one-line
fence.
joke. Yeah.
He just commented on the Pence fence that turns all the gays straight.
Yeah.
The school administers the electric shocks with a device called a graduated electronic decelerator. On Thursday, a spokeswoman for the school said that it had 282 clients, 55 of whom, all adults, had been approved by a court to wear the graduated electronic decelerator after all other treatments failed. What courts approved this?
Courts in Massachusetts, apparently.
Yeah.
It's probably something similar to. It's probably something similar to the FISA courts, where it's literally just a rubber stamp court.
Yeah, or that one court in I think it was Michigan, where that judge was getting kickbacks from private prisons and sending juveniles to jail.
The The Judge Rodenberg Educational Center was founded in 1971, and opponents of electric shock devices have fought against it for decades through legislation, lawsuits, petitions, and reports that describe the shocks as torture. In a 2013 report, the United Nations Special Rapporteur for Torture said that the rights of students at the center had been violated under the UN Convention Against Torture. Even the United Nations!
Yeah, but the UN's a fucking toothless piece of shit, so I'm not surprised it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You are scalded!
But legal and legislative efforts did not stop the practice in Massachusetts, and in a recent victory for the center, a probate court judge in Bristol County, Massachusetts, decided in 2018 that defendants in a lawsuit against the center had failed to show the aversive treatment used at JRC does not conform to the accepted standard of care for treating individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Wow. Massachusetts is fucking backwards, man.
Mm-hmm.
The FDA rarely bans devices, and this decision has been in the works since at least 2018. Some proponents of the ban question the delay. The FDA finally banning these devices is bittersweet, as action should have been taken a long time ago, said Karen A. Zaka, a lawyer who represented Mr. McCollins, whose shocks were captured on video. For decades, adults and children at the Judge Rodenberg Center have been subjected to this inhumane treatment, she said. You can see from the video of Andre McCollins that the United Nations was and is right. It's torture. Public records show that in recent years, the center has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on lobbying in both New York State, where more than half the center's students are from, and Massachusetts. It has also spent more than $250,000 over the past decade on lobbying federal entities, including the FDA, the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives.
Jesus. See, this is...
They are making serious bank.
Wow.
I sent a link. Check out the facilities. They got all sorts of shit.
Michael Flamia, a lawyer representing the school, said it planned to appeal the ban. He said the FDA's decision to approve the use of the shock devices in 1994 had since been bolstered by research showing how effective they were for patients with severe behavioral problems. I'd like to fucking see those papers.
Well, you know, it makes sense from a more scientific point of view, but that doesn't make it okay. Like,
no.
It's the same thing. Like, you teach a cat not to climb onto something, otherwise it's gonna get shocked, and you do that by putting food there, and then and then afterwards, oh, the food's... Yeah, I climb up there to get the food, I get shocked, well, I'm just not going to go up there anymore. You could remove the shock, and it's not going to go up there, because it recognizes that I go up there, I get shocked. It's the same sort of thing. It's not... Mm-hmm. It's not... It may work, but it doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
It's more of a... I'm not doing this thing because I'm avoiding something, instead of learning I shouldn't do this thing because it's not good to do.
Yeah. The FDA isn't entitled under the law to abandon the science and abandon the scientists and to do something that is politically expedient to them, Mr. Flamia said. Okay, fuck off. Like, anybody who still backs this form of therapy is on the fringe, if not outright wingnut. This has not been accepted in mainstream psychiatry for a long time. You people are just backwards ass cavemen who still think it's acceptable to subject people to pain and discomfort when they're not behaving the way you wish they would.
You know, I see a dominatrix once a month does that.
Yeah, but at least you paid for that. You went in knowing exactly what you were going to get, and you understood. In its
fuck?
statement on Wednesday, the FDA said it recognized that some students might need a gradual transition period to stop using the shock device. Well, yeah, once they get used to it, which they shouldn't have gotten used to it in the first place.
I don't know. I used to play a lot of the shock games when I was a kid.
The FDA believes that state-of-the-art behavioral treatments such as positive behavioral support and medications can enable healthcare providers to find alternative approaches for curbing self-injurious or aggressive behaviors in their patients, it added. The ARC, a disability rights organization based in Washington, D.C., said in a statement on Wednesday that it celebrated the decision after too long of a wait. The FDA's decision, years in the making, to ban the use of the electric shock devices is a hard-fought victory and a testament to what is possible when disability advocates fight their hardest for change and for the civil rights of people with disabilities, said Peter Burns, the organization's top executive. We hope the ban is a significant step in ending the use of all aversive procedures on people with disabilities who deserve to be supported with dignity.
This is fucked up.
This is beyond fucked up. This is abhorrent.
Yeah.
And the fact that there are people who defend this practice just... God damn, man. Yeah. My apologies to anyone in chat listening to me rant throughout this, but nah, fuck these people. Fuck that place.
Yeah.
God.
Still looks pretty cool.
Wow.
Anyways, Scupper, do you want to talk about the Russians?
Yeah, I think I'd like to talk about the Russians.
I think I'm going to get up and use the bathroom and walk around for a minute. I'll be back.
Oh, you might really like this one.
And he's gone.
So we're going...
3 died in dry ice incident at Moscow pool party.
Yeah.
3 people have died after dry ice was poured into a swimming pool at a party in Moscow on Friday. The victims were connected to Instagram influencer Katrina Didenko, who was celebrating her 29th birthday at the pool complex in the city's south. Dry ice had been dumped into the pool after guests exiting the sauna had complained it was too warm. Mrs. Didenko's husband reportedly among the dead. Or Ms. Didenko's husband is reportedly among the dead. In an earlier video message, the blogger, looking shaken and distressed, said he had been rushed to intensive care. All victims are said to be aged about 30. Wow, man, that's not fun.
Happy birthday.
A member of the emergency services told RIA News Agency that the partygoers had ordered 25 kilograms of dry ice to cool down the pool at Givatiel Val North Wave Complex. Several guests who had been in the sauna dived into the water to cool off. Immediately, the swimmers started to choke and several lost consciousness. Yes, you can't breathe CO2.
Well, you can, but it doesn't. It's not good for life.
It doesn't. It doesn't work.
Preliminary analysis indicates the cause of death was suffocation. Dry ice is a solid form of carbon dioxide, and if it is released in an area without proper ventilation, it can cause people to inhale dangerous amounts of gas. Ms. Didenko is known for posting tips about how to save money on pharmaceutical products on her Instagram page. She has 1 million.
Oh. Okay.
That's her. She's alright.
She's Russian.
Yeah.
That's...
Need more be said. But
well, that's sad that people died, and but obviously,
this is natural selection right here. This is survival of the not stupid.
Yeah,
Actually,
wait, Klingon has a good point. Maybe next time I'll just go into a pool with a bunch of dry ice. Great idea.
I mean, I've thrown dry ice in a swimming pool before, but not that much of it.
And definitely
Yeah.
haven't jumped in afterwards.
No, I did. I jumped in, but I wasn't, I wasn't retarded.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
first off, it was an indoor pool, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was. But
Yeah.
So there's that. On top of that, you've got that little bit of layer above the water that the CO2's going to just sit in, and that's usually where your head sits.
Just need a snorkel. If only they had a snorkel.
I think people should have to wear snorkels in everyday life.
All I'm imagining is like not a snorkel specifically, but those snorkel mask combos where the snorkel part comes out the top.
Oh,
yeah,
snorks?
Put a nice air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a nice air filter on the end of the snorkel too. That's how we solve coronavirus.
Corona solved.
You get a snorkel, and you get a snorkel, and you get a snorkel.
I'll just get a deep sea helmet. That's how you save yourself from both the coronavirus and CO2 poisoning.
And if there's a tsunami, you're not going to drown.
Oh, you'll still drown because it's a tsunami, and tsunamis are just big fucking fuck yous.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you'll die from the impact of getting smashed into other shit and other shit smashing into you. For sure.
Should
you won't
we
drown.
Should we skip to the CNN article?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Why the fuck not?
All right. Hillary Clinton to start a podcast.
Yes, absolutely riveting podcast.
All right, we're going to try and tread as lightly as we can on this article. The former Secretary of State and 2016 Democratic nominee will begin hosting an audio show to be released in late spring, a Clinton spokesman tells CNN. I'm not going to make the joke. The medium will The medium will give her
kids, Grandma's trying to be hip again.
Hey guys, I'm just chilling here in Denver, Colorado.
Smoking the marijuana.
Hanging out with my girlfriends.
Playing some Pokemon Go.
To the polls. Oh, the cringe bitch herself. The medium will give her a public platform around the end of the Democratic nomination fight and general election against President Donald Trump. The podcast, which does not yet have a name, will be co-produced by iHeartMedia. News of Clinton's forthcoming podcast was first reported by Politico. Even before the podcast...
It starts with Epstein and fill in the blanks.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Even before the podcast is released, Clinton has shown a willingness throughout the Democratic primary to speak candidly about the crowded field and reflect on her own general election loss in 2016. Most notably,
because she can't get over it.
Most notably, she ripped current frontrunner Senator Bernie Sanders, which is no longer accurate, in a new documentary saying nobody likes him.
Yeah.
I especially don't like him. That's why I had the DNC fuck him over for me back in 2016.
He was in Congress for years. He had one senator support him. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. He's got nothing done, Clinton said in the film, according to The Hollywood Reporter. He was a career politician. It's all just baloney, and I feel so bad that people got sucked into it. An interviewer...
Who the fuck is she to call other people career politicians?
I mean, no shit. Like, Jesus Christ, Hillary, if you had any more salt in you, you'd turn into a pillar like fucking Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, gay marriage is legal now? Okay, I'm actually for that now. Cool. Yeah. I'm hip with the kids.
Fucking lying.
In an interview with BBC Radio last November, Clinton said she thinks all the time about what kind of president I would have been and what I would have done differently and what I think it would have meant to our country and the world. So, of course, I think about it. I think about it all the time. Being able to do that. She said.
Yeah. While you're starting on your 5th bottle of red wine for the day.
Yeah, 5th, quote unquote. The next president.
And your 2nd bar of Xanax.
The next president, Clinton added, is going to have a big task trying to fix everything that's been broken. Yeah, we're not covering that bit. But let's hop over to what we have prepared here. Hillary Clinton says Epstein assassination was to manage anxiety.
Now, this is what I want to hear talk about on their podcast.
Yeah.
Content.
Like, I might actually tune in. If that's the case.
Yeah, if her podcast was all about all the assassinations she's coordinated and ordered, I would actually probably listen in.
Oh, I would go through a paywall if I needed to listen to that. And I don't go through paywalls, period. Fucking hate them.
All right.
But I want to hear this shit straight from the she-devil herself.
Chappaqua, New York. In a recent interview from her wine cellar this week, Hillary Clinton revealed some of her favorite methods for dealing with stress. Being the president is an extremely stressful job, she told reporters. Since I am the president, I have to deal with anxiety on a regular basis. One way to calm my nerves is a good old-fashioned assassination. Of course, I would never do such a thing. But if I did do something like that, say, killing Jeffrey Epstein, it would be a great way to cope with the demands of my very important job. Okay, I killed Epstein. I needed to do it to manage my anxieties. I feel bad about it. Hillary bemoaned the fact that since she isn't allowed in the White House or Situation Room for some reason, she no longer has access to handy tools like drones or Treadstone super soldiers. Sometimes, she said, I have to settle for watching that prison assassination scene from Breaking Bad over a bottle of wine. Can you imagine? Let it be known that the Babylon Bee proudly supports everything Hillary Clinton does, and we are glad she is our president. She is a wonderful leader, and we would never do anything to ever upset her in any way. We are also not suicidal.
Perfect way to end an article. Mwah. Gold.
Oh, man.
All right.
Oh.
Let's talk about some metal.
Yeah.
We deep-faked Ariana Grande onto G.G. Allen and quickly realized that man should not play God.
What gave it away?
The hard times needed a win. Facebook has been choking our traffic, and our fans won't stop tagging their friends in our posts saying, you might like this. It's like The Onion, but worse. So I dove into the depths of the internet to see what is popular. So this might be an actual article from the hard times instead of just a satire. So I drove into the depths of the internet to see what is popular so the hard times can copy it and make it kind of punk. This is where I discovered the world of deep faking. It's a highly advanced AI technique for altering video. No, this is a real article. Holy shit. Oh my god. It just makes it even funnier.
Somebody look out the window. Make sure that the heavens aren't crashing down.
Nah, it's just raining here. Wait, maybe that is the heavens crashing down. Shit.
All right, keep going. Keep going. I want to know. I want to know how we found out God hates us.
Yeah, it's a highly advanced AI technique for altering video to attach someone's face onto another person's body. Choosing the body was easy. Is there a better option for physical comedy than G.G. Allen? Do you guys know who G.G. Allen is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just double checking. His essence contains multitudes, poopy, pee-pee, blood, and the tiniest documented penis in music history.
You know, it is the hard times. You gotta expect something.
Yeah. But then I had to choose the perfect face. I contemplated keeping it in the punk world with Mark Hoppus, but it just needed more pizzazz. Liz, probably. I would not doubt that for a second. Just needed more pizzazz.
Bad, man.
Punk on punk wasn't going to cut it. I decided to research non-punk celebrities. One of the most popular appears to be a singer named Ariana Grande. She looks like a cross between Pom Pom and a sexy lab mouse. Perfect. I loaded her face and a G.G. Allen performance into the algorithm, and I am loath to describe what I saw. Do you remember being a kid and doing something clearly wrong, then hiding in the corner repeatedly uttering, "Oh no, this is bad, this is bad. This is exactly what I did." It was simply an abomination. The nausea washed over me as I tried to cry, yet no tears could come out. I lost the ability to swallow. I am
become fake.
become fake. Destroyer of news. Despite being vehemently atheist for years, I realized in this moment that God made us in His image, and what I created here was pure blasphemy. I had spat in the eye of creation. Into my horror, creation did blink. I made the sign of the cross and took a shot of holy water, drove to the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, and chucked the computer out of the window, voiding the warranty but saving untold multitudes of souls. Vindicate me, my God, and plead my cause against an unfaithful nation. Rescue me from those who are deceitful and wicked. Psalms 43:1. Cool.
Oh man,
That was a good one. I enjoyed that. That's probably the best Hard Times article we've read. Can't believe we were going to ditch that last week.
I was wondering where you got that notion. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I was talking about another article.
Oh, okay.
Holy fuck. Shall we talk about language?
Good or bad language?
There's no such thing.
Slang words.
Oh, you mean like...
40 cool slang words that are used in real American spoken language.
Yeah, this is fun.
Tired of learning textbook English that you never use in real life conversations? This is a huge problem with most traditional English courses. At Spoken English Practice, our teachers, also known as conversation partners, focus on teaching real spoken English.
This is a slang dictionary.
No matter how
dedicated is popping.
No matter how dedicated you are to learning the English language, new and unfamiliar slang words will always appear in every conversation. Chances are you've seen these words being used on social media content or in everyday American conversations. Here's a list of 40 popular slang words to help you master American conversational English. Chick. Noun. Another word meaning young female, generally referring to females the age of 12 to 40 years old. Chick is most often used between people who know each other. However, it can also be used to imply a female you have no connection with.
So just describing females. Hey, check out that chick over there.
A chick is a woman or a girl or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a baby chicken.
Why
Yes.
overcomplicate this shit?
It also feels weird calling females girls, but I don't want to call them women because sexism.
God,
I'm joking.
I don't want to read this next one. I already feel sick. I feel sick having just read this
we
to myself.
we don't have to read that one. I'm gonna scroll down and go to bra. Bra is another way of saying, "Are you serious?" in conversational American speaking. Or you can call your bros bras. Like, they don't even have the full definition. How can we trust this website? They have on fleek on here. I haven't heard anybody say on fleek in like 5 years.
On fleek is another way of saying something or someone is attractive or fashionable. If you are... What? If you are
It's also a great way to look like an asshat.
It's one of the prime ways. If you are hanging out with someone who uses a lot of slang, you might hear them say, "Your brows are on fleck," which means your eyebrows look great.
That would be an indication that I need to delete you from my life.
That...
With extreme prejudice.
Yeah. I kind of...
This is an old school slang term, hitched. In slang, hitched means two people have married.
It's still used, it's just not as used.
No, it's just been around for fucking ever. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like most people would recognize that one.
GOAT! GOAT is an acronym that stands for greatest of all time. In conversational English, or in the world of social media, this is a very commonly used expression. For example, you can say, "These sneakers are GOAT." Who the fuck uses it like that?
No, it's generally referring to people.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it meant gay old ass titties, but
My God. The horrendous way people are. God, what other bullshit do they have here?
Oh, they got like no key, nerd out, mood.
Dime. While not as common in modern spoken English, the word dime is sometimes used to describe a female who is sweet, good-looking, and kind. I actually don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
Wait.
I've heard it before.
Do you mean dame?
No, it says dime.
Like she's a 10. Like she's a 10.
Oh.
Yeah, so it made sense to me. I just haven't heard it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one either. Interesting.
Let's see. What other stupid shit?
Get some culture, guys. Hang out with more black people.
Let's see. What else do they have? Oh, swag. Swag has two informal meanings in English. One meaning refers to the free objects you receive at promotional events. Another is referencing is in reference to the manner in which someone carries themselves.
Okay.
Like, at least they realized it has two meanings. But that is so completely like generalized for it's how people carry themselves.
YOLO is still on this website. I haven't heard anybody say YOLO in a while.
Why do we have ASAP on here? Why is ASAP here? Everyone knows what that means.
This is for people learning English.
Oh, I see.
Kind of like the reason why Hitched is on here.
Now it makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. I just didn't want to give him that credit. Until I fucking go
Fly.
into rage mode.
Fly. A description word meaning really young and hip, often used while describing someone's clothing attire.
Yeah, if you're still stuck in the 1990s.
Dope. Ride or die. Originally a term that bikers used, ride or die is used in American spoken English to refer to best friends, lover, or partner. For example, you can say, Laura and I have gone through some stuff, but she is my ride or die. I have never heard anyone use it like that.
Neither have I.
Yeah, no, like ride or die mostly refers to, hey, if your significant other killed somebody, would you help them hide the body?
Yeah.
Yes, they're ride or die.
That's my ride or die bitch right there. That's how it's
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
Or simply rod. That's my rod bitch right there.
Yeah. Ride or die.
Like, some of this shit, okay, it is the most basic introduction, but god damn it, like, ride or die, if you're not gonna use it properly, why fucking bother? Swag. If you're gonna give the most general definition, why bother? And
Dude, they should just have 18-year-olds come and update this list. Done.
yeah. Urban
Quit
Dictionary. That can.
Yeah, actually, Urban Dictionary is a way better place to go. Let's look up some of these words on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just going to look up ride or die.
Sounds good to me.
You should look up Santorum while you're there.
Ride or die. Ride or die was originally a biker term. Oh, they copied this.
Really?
Yeah. They copied from Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, but which specific definition of Urban Dictionary did they copy it from?
The very first one.
Oh, of course. What's the better one?
Here, okay. The second one is when you are willing to do anything for someone you love or someone you really appreciate in your life. The person you stand by in any problem and vice versa. The term ride till the end or die trying. We are BFS, who will ride or die.
See, that's legitimate use.
Yep. Anyone who's by your side and will never leave. They have your back no matter what. They would do anything for you and will fight for you. They go through hell and back together. My best friend is my ride or die girl. My man is my ride or die. Yep, that one's better. Number one sucks. It's garbage. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. Give me another one from the list.
All right. Let's see. Swag. Yeah, let's look up that one.
Okay. Swag, the new generation's alternative word for cool. The new generation originally used swag to describe anyone thought to carry themselves in a way considered by some to be sexy/cool. No, considered to be retarded by many others.
Accurate as fuck.
Now it is used to describe anything thought to be cool, initiating the irk of previous generations and members of the new generation that disagree with new words. A similar upset arose with groovy v cool. This is just a history of the word swag. A similar upset arose with groovy v cool. Groovy disappeared from the majority of vocabularies within 10 years, foreshadowing the fate of swag. Said previous generations acronym to make fun of the new phenomenon Swag, secretly, we are gay. That guy's got swag. I have 10 times more swag than you do. I just fell down. Well, swag.
Hey, Scup, that was you not too long ago.
Me? Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm not reading the other one. It's not as funny.
Yeah. Whoever figured out that website and designed that just plagiarized off of Urban Dictionary, and I'm not too impressed.
They didn't even plagiarize off of Urban Dictionary for some of these. They went, oh, I know how that works. Oh, no. Type it in. It's all good.
Larry David figuring stuff
become
out.
Jimmy Stewart all of a sudden?
Don't worry about it.
In a world. All right, toss me another one.
All right. Let's see.
Santorum.
Oh yeah. Santorum. Go on, Santorum. That frothy mixture of lube and fecal matter that is sometimes the byproduct of anal sex. Definition number 2. Senator Rick Santorum.
I still fucking love that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I think Stephen Colbert did
that.
He will never live that down, and it's exactly what he deserves.
Exactly.
I miss old Colbert.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss proper Colbert, not late night Colbert.
Yeah, I can't write my own jokes anymore, and no one thinks I'm funny, so I'm just going to unfunnily comment on politics all the time, Colbert.
Yeah. Man, Colbert Report was so fucking good.
Oh, yeah. I also miss back when it was Jon Stewart on the Daily Show.
Daily Show? Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Such a good time. Such a good time. Jon Stewart pops up every now and then.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a fucking...
It's always really interesting when he does.
Yeah. Like, he popped up because of the 9/11 First Responders Fund.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man.
Which was cool of him. But then other times he shows up and he's just like, he's kind of like that weird uncle that like you used to really love when you were a kid, but now that you're older, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
No, he still stands to reason to be one of the better options. But he's not as politically active anymore. Like he was at the time when he was on the Daily Show, he was more politically active, but that's because he was covering the fucking news, and what's stupider than people in government that you can make jokes out of. But
not a whole lot, really.
he was a lot better than these cut and dry, like, oh yeah, we'll just say whatever you want to say because we don't have any original thought in our brain.
Yeah, the quote-unquote analysts.
Anyways, we got to close this out.
All right.
Everybody that did join us, thank you for joining us. We're going to go raid Late Night Saints right now.
Well, I got to wait. I got to wait for shit, so drag out this ending.
I will drag out this ending. Rimshee, it's not my first rodeo.
You sure?
Pretty sure. I know people at Red Bulls. Check us back next week at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I don't know if you want to hear more from me personally, and I'm generally on the Saints every show. So that's always fun. Oh, really? Still got to do shit, Rimshee?
Oh, I just got it set up, bitch.
Oh, yeah. Do it. Go. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
In the Saints chat.
See you all next week.